Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. All girls are requested to please move forward so that when other girls come, they have space at the back. Please move forward. Hare Krishna. हरे कृष्णा जो माताएं अपने बच्चों के साथ आए हैं विनती है कि आप बाहर गुरु शिष्य परंपरा के यहाँ बैठ सकते हैं. Mothers with children are requested to please sit at the Guru Shishya Parampara. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. At the front, little bit of girls can move backward. थोड़ा सा पीछे आ जाइए ड्रामा तक, फिर आगे आ जाना.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So welcome you all to the 201st Chetana festival. Hare Go. So what's the topic today?
Good morning बोलेगी तब आजा ले ले.
Okay. So like what different type of fire do we observe within us? Good, bad, any example?
हाँ हम दोनों के बीच में रखो.
Anything? Okay. Okay. So there are many different types of fires which can result in good as well as bad output. Okay. Good things like achieving big things in life, having a good position in life, achieving something spiritually. And bad also can be of many types. Today, we would be covering on a special thing that is envy. Envy, the most subtle impurity and the biggest fire that really burns oneself, others, and the relations as well. So we would be presenting a small drama on the fire within of envy. So चलते हैं एक छोटे से office setup पे, wherein we will see in between two friends also how envy is there and how it destroys their friendship, themselves and their work as well.
बता कैसी है?
सब ठीक है. तू कैसी है?
ठीक हूँ मैं भी. आज इंक्रीमेंट होने वाला है सुना मैंने, राइट? देखते हैं क्या होता है. मेरे तो बहुत एक्सपेक्टेशंस है.
छोड़ो आज का काम कंप्लीट करते हैं. गुड मॉर्निंग मैम.
गुड मॉर्निंग नेहा. गुड मॉर्निंग विशाखा. सो आप दोनों के लिए आज बहुत बड़ी खुशखबरी है. आप दोनों को 5% इंक्रीमेंट मिलता है. सो वेरी वेरी कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन टू बोथ ऑफ यू. एंड नेहा, आपके गुड स्किल और टैलेंट को देख के आपको प्रमोट किया जाता है सीनियर एग्जीक्यूटिव के लिए. सो अगेन कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन.
थैंक यू मैम.
ये कैसे हो सकता है? इंक्रीमेंट चलो ठीक है, प्रमोशन इसको कुछ भी. हाँ कुछ तो किया होगा इसने, इसी की वजह से मिला होगा. ऐसे थोड़ी मिलता है, चापलूसी की होगी.
गुड आफ्टरनून मैम.
गुड आफ्टरनून नेहा. गुड आफ्टरनून विशाखा. कल हमारी क्लाइंट के साथ एक इम्पॉर्टेंट मीटिंग है, तो आपको ये प्रिपरेशन करना है, पीपीटी प्रिपेयर करना है, सो आप इसको अटैच करके मुझे कल देना. एंड विशाखा, यू ऑल्सो हैव टू डू सॉफ्ट कॉपी, सो प्लीज प्रिपेयर इट.
चलो आज का काम तो हो गया. तुम नहीं आ रही हो? चलो.
नहीं मुझे नहीं आना, तुम जाओ.
ओके.
तो इसका आज का ये काम है ना, रखती नहीं हूँ फाइल, क्या सबमिट करती देखते हैं.
Now, day 2.
क्या तेरा सब कुछ?
हाँ.
सही है.
फाइल रखा था. फाइल तूने देखा? गुड मॉर्निंग मैम.
Good morning, Neha. Good morning, Vishakha. So, I hope you are prepared with your presentation. So, please.
मैम फाइल नहीं मिल रही.
फाइल नहीं मिल रही मतलब हमारी 5 मिनट में मीटिंग है, फाइल नहीं मिल रही.
मैम कोई बात नहीं, मेरे पास सॉफ्ट कॉपी है और पेन ड्राइव भी है, हो जाएगा.
Okay, okay. And Vishakha, what's about you? Where is your presentation?
प्रेजेंटेशन? विच प्रेजेंटेशन?
Presentation जो कल मैंने दी थी. नहीं तो. Vishakha, are you serious about your work or not? Where is your mind is going on? Are you serious really? So please careful about your work. आप बिल्कुल ध्यान नहीं दे रहे हो और ये चलेगा नहीं, बहुत गलत है. आपने बहुत गलती की है. So please, I really disappointed from you. Neha, please come with me.
पता नहीं इसके प्रमोशन के चक्कर में मैंने अपना पूरा दिन गवा दिया और खुद का ही घाटा कर लिया.
तो हियर यू सॉ कि एनवी वॉज समथिंग जिसने उनके रिलेशन को डिस्टर्ब किया, उसके काम को भी डिस्टर्ब किया, एंड देन आउटपुट वॉज अ फेलियर. सो अभी हम शास्त्रों से एक कथा देखेंगे दक्ष और शिवजी की. दक्ष वो एक प्रजापति है और उन्हें भी सम्मान था और शिवजी भी सम्मानित होते थे. दोनों को सम्मान मिलते हुए भी दक्ष में बहुत ईर्ष्या थी कि शिवजी को सम्मान क्यों मिलता था. तो फिर एक दिन यज्ञ के वक्त हम देखेंगे कि दक्ष की ईर्ष्या कैसे बाहर आती है. यज्ञ में सारे देवतागण ब्राह्मण आते हैं. शिवजी और ब्रह्मा जी बैठे हुए हैं और फिर वहां दक्ष प्रजापति आते हैं और वो शिवजी को देखते हैं ना बैठे हुए.
प्रणाम पिताजी.
आओ पुत्र बैठो. ब्रह्मा जी उनका स्वागत करते हैं और बैठ जाते हैं, किंतु दक्ष में अब ईर्ष्या है कि शिवजी क्यों नहीं उठे.
इस सभा में उपस्थित ब्राह्मणों, देवताओं और ऋषि मुनियों, आज मैं अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण बात करने जा रहा हूँ. एक सज्जन व्यक्ति का व्यवहार कैसा होना चाहिए. यह बात अब मैं अज्ञान या ईर्ष्यावश नहीं कर रहा, तो कृपया मेरी बात ध्यानपूर्वक सुने. यह शिव खुद को बड़ा सज्जन व्यक्ति समझता है, किंतु इसने जगत के शासकों का नाम और यश दोनों ही कलंकित किया है. और यह निर्लज तो इतना है कि इसे व्यवहार का भी ज्ञान नहीं है. इस मरकट लोचन का विवाह मेरी पुत्री सती, जो गायत्री के लोचन के समान है, जो गायत्री के समान है, उसके साथ हुआ है, जो मैं चाहता नहीं था, किंतु ब्रह्मा जी के अनुरोध के कारण कराना पड़ा. कौन अपनी पुत्री का विवाह उससे कराना चाहेगा जो अपने शरीर को हड्डियों और खोपड़ियों की माला से सुशोभित करता है. मैं इस शिव को श्राप देता हूं कि इस यज्ञ में हर देवता भाग ले पाएगा, किंतु ये नहीं ले पाएगा.
तो दक्ष में इतनी ईर्ष्या थी कि वो शिवजी की महानता को नहीं जानते थे और उन्होंने इस अज्ञान के वेश में आकर शिवजी को श्राप दे दिया और वो उस यज्ञ स्थली से निकल गए. तब नंदी और अन्य गणों को बहुत ज्यादा क्रोध आता है और नंदी वहां बोल पड़ते हैं.
मैं नंदी यहाँ उपस्थित ब्राह्मणों को श्राप देता हूँ, जो भी दक्ष को अपना दक्ष को अपना स्वामी मानता है या भगवान शिव जी के प्रति ईर्ष्या रखता है, वो निस्संदेह अल्पबुद्धि है। द्वंद्व की दृष्टि से संसार को देखने के कारण परम सत्य को वो समझ नहीं पाएगा और इसी प्रकार वो आध्यात्मिक ज्ञान से भी वंचित रहेगा। दक्ष ने अपने नश्वर शरीर को ही अपना सर्वस्व मानकर अपने परम ध्येय को भुला दिया है। ऐसे मोह में डूबे हुए व्यक्ति का पतन तो निश्चित है। भौतिक ज्ञान और तथाकथित बुद्धि के अहंकार से जड़ हुए व्यक्ति अज्ञानतावश कर्मकांड में उलझे हुए रहते हैं। ऐसे व्यक्तिमत्व रखने वाले लोगों ने ही भगवान शिव का अपमान किया है। ये लोग बार बार जन्म और मृत्यु के चक्र में पड़े रहेंगे और अपने देह की तृप्ति के लिए ही ये दर दर भीख मांगेंगे।
अब नंदी ने क्रोध में आकर ब्राह्मणों को, वेदों को अपमानित किया और 3 ऐसे श्राप ब्राह्मणों को दिए जो हम सुनते हैं स्वयं कृष्ण से कि इनका अर्थ क्या था।
तो हम ये देख सकते हैं कि दक्ष ने शिव जी को शाप दिया, लेकिन ये कैसे संभव हुआ? और नंदी को बहुत क्रोध आया, लेकिन शिव जी एकदम शांत भोलेनाथ बनकर खड़े रहे। उनको तो कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ा, लेकिन नंदी को उनके स्वामी का इतना अपमान होते हुए उनको बर्दाश्त बिल्कुल नहीं हुआ। तो उन्होंने भी फिर श्राप दे दिया। उन्होंने ब्राह्मणों को और वेदों को श्राप दिया, जो बिल्कुल भी सही नहीं किया। तो जो ब्राह्मण होते हैं वो बहुत महान होते हैं, लेकिन इस कली युग में हम ब्राह्मणों की, जो अभी के ब्राह्मण हैं, वो देख सकते हैं कि वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ अपने उदर निर्वाह के लिए ही ज्ञान की प्राप्ति करते हैं। उन्हें ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा की कोई लालसा नहीं होती, ना कि उनको मेरी भक्ति या फिर मुझे प्राप्त करने के लिए कोई लालसा होती है। तो देखते हैं आगे कि क्या होता है।
अब नंदी के इन श्रापों के बाद भृगु मुनि को अत्यंत ही क्रोध आता है और फिर वो भी श्राप देने लगते हैं।
हे शिव गणों, मैं तुम्हें श्राप देता हूं कि जो भी इन शिव की आराधना करेगा, जो भी इनके संतुष्टि के लिए कोई भी कार्य करना चाहेगा, वो सदा सदा के लिए नास्तिक हो जाएगा और कभी भी ब्रह्म ज्ञान को प्राप्त नहीं कर पाएगा। मैं तुम्हें ये भी श्राप देता हूं कि जो भी शिव जी के भजन का प्रण लेगा, वो हमेशा लंबी जटाई रखेगा, अपने उदर निर्वाह हेतु मद्यपान और मांस जैसे असुचि वाले पदार्थों का सेवन करेगा। और वैसे तो तुमने ब्राह्मणों और वेदों का अपमान तो कर ही दिया है, यानी मेरे श्राप देने से पहले ही तुमने नास्तिकता का पालन करना शुरू कर दिया है।
इन सारे श्रापों को सुनते हुए इसे रोकने के लिए भगवान शिव वहां से निकल जाते हैं। अब भृगु मुनि के श्रापों का अर्थ क्या था, या फिर हमें कलयुग में इसका क्या असर दिखता है, ये स्वयं श्री कृष्ण की वाणी से सुनते हैं।
तो भृगु मुनि ने तो श्राप दे दिया, तो इसके फलस्वरूप क्या होता है हम जान देते हैं। तो शिव जी, उनकी महिमा का हम क्या ही गुणगान करें। उन्होंने तो विष भी ग्रहण कर लिया था, लेकिन उनके जो भक्त हैं कली युग में, वो तो नशा और बहुत सारी बुरे कर्म में व्यस्त है। तो और ये सब वेदों के खिलाफ है। वो मायावाद का भी प्रचार करते हैं। मैंने ही शिव जी को शंकराचार्य के रूप में भेजा था मायावाद का प्रचार करने के लिए। शंकराचार्य ने भटके हुए जीवों को मायावाद का प्रचार किया और बताया कि ब्रह्मा निराकार है, लेकिन ये सत्य नहीं है। ब्रह्मा निराकार नहीं है, और जो वेदों को नहीं मानते वो नास्तिक होते हैं। और वेद माँ के समान होते हैं, और ब्राह्मण जो वेदों को समझते हैं वो पिता के समान होते हैं। वेद मनुष्य को ये दर्शाते हैं कि कैसे अपना जीवन व्यतीत करना चाहिए और अंततः मुझे कैसे प्राप्त किया जा सकता है। हम वेदों को ऐसे खंडित नहीं कर सकते और उनको श्राप देना एक अपराध होता है। और ये वेद किसी पुरुष ने नहीं बनाए हैं, ये स्वयं मैंने रचाए हैं। चातुर्वर्णम मया सृष्टम गुण कर्म विभागसो। सो ये 4 वर्ण, ये 4 आश्रम, ये सब मेरी रचना है। ये वेद मैंने स्थित किए हैं। ये दक्ष, शिव जी और अन्य ब्रह्मा जी, ये सब इस यज्ञ का कार्य के साथ नहीं रुक पाए, लेकिन जो ब्राह्मण थे उन्होंने ये पूरा यज्ञ पूरा किया हजारों वर्ष तक, सिर्फ और सिर्फ मेरी प्रसन्नता के लिए। तो अगर तुम किसी को प्रसन्न कर पाओ या ना कर पाओ, अगर तुम मुझे प्रसन्न कर पाते हो तो सब कुशल मंगल है और सब खुश हो जाएंगे और प्रसन्न हो जाएंगे। क्योंकि मेरी भक्ति करना और मुझे हमेशा याद करना, मन मना भव मत भक्तो मज्जाजी माम नमस्कुरु। तो हमेशा मेरा चिंतन करो, मुझे दंडवत करो, हमेशा मेरा स्मरण करो और मेरा नाम जाप करो। इसी से ही तुम्हें भगवत प्राप्ति होगी और सदैव खुश रहोगे।
इस प्रकार से कृष्ण ने बताया कि सारे श्रापों का कलयुग में हमें कैसा असर दिखता है। और फाइनली हमने देखा कि ईर्ष्या एक इतनी सटल इम्प्योरिटी है जिससे खुद का, दूसरों का और सभी का नाश होता है। और इसी जगह अगर हम, जैसे अर्जुन में एक फायर विद इन थी जिसका परिणाम था धर्म की स्थापना, तो जब इस फायर को ठीक तरीके से अपनाया जाता है तब हमें सक्सेस भी मिल सकता है। तो आज का था ये छोटा सा प्रयास आपको समझाने के लिए कि फायर विद इन को कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं। हरे कृष्णा। So now moving next to the class. So today we have Her Grace Radharani Mataji, and I would like to give a brief upon Radharani Mataji. So she is a chartered accountant, and then she has pursued her MA in psychology along with the courses such as REBT, marriage counseling, etc. She is a professional practicing clinical psychologist helping many people. She is practicing Krishna consciousness for over 3 decades and is a counselor at Shri Shri RadhaGopinath Mandir along with her Prabhuji. They travel to various places guiding many people, and she is a mother of 3 beautiful daughters who are raised in Krishna consciousness. So today Mataji will elaborate us on the fire within, and we will learn it in great depths. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Can everyone at the back hear? पीछे सुनाई दे रहा है? ठीक से? ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामीति नामने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So our topic for today is the fire within. Just as a knife can be used for 2 purposes. What can knife be used for? Anybody? Huh? To chop vegetables. What else? Huh? to harm someone. Anything else? Any other reason for which a knife can be used? Yes, a surgeon also uses a knife, a criminal uses a knife, a housewife uses a knife. So a knife can be used for so many purposes. Similarly, fire can be used for so many purposes. Fire can be used for bonding. How can fire be used for bonding? Isn't fire destructive? When is fire used for bonding? Marriage, yeah. When there's marriage, the women, the husband and wife take the vows near the fire. Agni ko shakshi rakhte hue, hai na? So fire can be used for bonding. So fire can be destructive as well as it can be generative. Fire has two functions. It can be used for anything, right? There's one more fire which is very useful for us. And without that fire, we can't exist. I think. Not the gas cylinders. Anything else? Huh? Yes, who was that? Yes, the digestive fire. When we eat food, if there isn't Jathar Agni in our stomach, if there isn't that digestive fire, we can't digest the food that we eat. That means we won't get energy from our food. So, the fire within. So, when it burns, it can burn and it can build also. It can be generative, it can help us to grow, and it can help also, it can cause destruction. So we saw this drama, we saw the first part of the episode. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam, this particular pastime where Daksha Prajapati, who is the father of Sati and the father-in-law of Shivji, right? He is envious of Shiva and he acts very rudely and he behaves badly with Shiva. He is very disrespectful towards him. And later on there is a yajna at his house and he has invited everyone, but he does not invite Sati and Lord Shiva. Now Sati feels very left out, FOMO, fear of missing out. And she sees all the demigods with their wives dressed very opulently and going in the airplanes towards Daksha Prajapati's house. So she wants to go. So she says to Lord Shiva that I also feel like going. So he says we should not go where we are not invited. So she says that I agree, but for a daughter you don't need to be invited, right? It's my house. So despite Lord Shiva telling her to not go, she decides to go. He doesn't stop her. She goes. So when she goes there, Daksha Prajapati gives her the cold shoulder treatment. He just ignores her completely. And it is also said that she was given food without salt. That's one of the cultural stories. So he insults, he talks ill about Lord Shiva in this particular assembly where Brahma and all the people are sitting. But when she goes to her own house, she is not given any respect. So she considers that this is not disrespect to me, it is disrespect of Lord Shiva. Because I am connected to Lord Shiva, I am being disrespected. So she gets very, very disturbed and she tells her father that, you are so envious. You are so envious of Lord Shiva and that's not good for you. Now, this Daksha Prajapati is very powerful. Prajapati is the one who creates progeny to, fill the universe with people. So he was wealthy, he had prestige, he had status, he was very strong, very, very powerful. So sometimes we feel that who is envious, who is jealous, somebody bechara who doesn't have anything. When he sees that others have so much, he might feel jealous or envious. But no, envy can be in anybody's heart. It can affect anybody's heart. Daksha Prajapati had everything, but he could not tolerate that Lord Shiva was being given so much respect and veneration. It burned his heart from within. So that fire of envy was burning within him. So Daksha had it all, power, knowledge, status. Yet one emotion led to his downfall. What was that emotion? Envy, right? So this is a spiritual warning that when there is envy, It can destroy us from within. It can burn us from within. So this is when Sati tells him that, you are, my dear father, you are committing a great offense by envying Lord Shiva. And I am ashamed that I have come from your body. So I am going to give up this body. And she self-immolates herself because she is so powerful herself. She invokes the fire from within herself and she self-immolates herself. So envy is not small. It can blind even the most intelligent person. Daksha Prajapati was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. He was not just an ordinary person. But envy blinds us. It covers our intelligence. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna refers to this so many times that when we have these negative emotions, our logic doesn't work. Our common sense also doesn't work. It is described that when there are negative emotions, when we have very strong, intense emotions, then our brain does not work. Our functional brain does not work. And this is described in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna, he says, Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsan Sangasteshu Pajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kama. Kama means lust. What is lust? Lust is not only about physical attraction. Lust is about wanting to be in control, wanting things to go the way we want. That things must be done the way I want, when I want, for how long as I want, right? That is also lust. Wherever there is a must, that this must happen, this must not happen. Wherever there is must means that is lust. So, dhyayato vishwayan pumsan. That is when you are seeing the object of sense gratification, you want something or you don't want something to happen. So, dhyayato vishwayan pumsan sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kama krodho vijayate. Then when your lust is not fulfilled, unfulfilled lust, what does it lead to? Kama krodho vijayate. It leads to krodha. Krodha means anger. So it is said that Krodha is also called Kamanuj. Just as Sri Ram's younger brother is called Ramanuj, Lakshman. So same way, Kam is lust. Lust's younger brother is anger, means it follows. Because when our lust is not fulfilled, then there will be anger. Kama krodho vijayate, krodhat bhavati sammoha smriti vibhrama. That we get bewildered and we forget what we know. Even though we may be having intelligence, we may have heard from scriptures, we may be knowing everything, but it covers our intelligence. Krodhat bhavati sammoha smriti vibhrama, smriti bhramshat buddhi nasho. Our intelligence gets destroyed. And that's what happened with Daksha Prajapati. His intelligence got destroyed. So then buddhi is destroyed. And then that is pranashchati, like kamat, what is that? Krodhat bhavati sammoha smriti vibhrama, smriti bhramshat buddhi nasho pranashchati. That is, there is destruction after that. And that's what happened. After Daksha Prajapati did that, whatever he did, or he didn't do what he had to do, there was total destruction. Sati Devi, she destroyed herself. And after that, there was a huge fight and there was so much destruction, ultimately ending to Daksha's head being cut and replaced later on with a goat's head. So there was so much destruction, right? So the envy can burn us and it can destroy others also. So it's a very, very harmful and destructive emotion. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that there are 3 gates leading to hell: lust, anger and greed. Therefore, one should abandon all 3. So, when there is lust, when there is unfulfilled lust, that leads to, or unfulfilled greed, it leads to anger and then eventually to envy. So, when envy enters the heart, what happens? So, this is another story from the Srimad Bhagavatam, the story of King Chitraketu. Anyone knows the story? Anyone who can tell it in short? Okay. So there was this King Chitraketu. He was a devotee. He had 10,000 wives. But unfortunately, he didn't have even one child. And he needed a successor, right? After him, He needed a successor, somebody who will take over the kingdom. So, to cut a long story short, by the blessings of the sages, Vaishnavas, one of his wives, whose name was Kritadyuti, she becomes pregnant and she gives birth to a child. So now naturally when she has a child, she is given a lot of attention and the child is also given a lot of attention by the king. The other wives start feeling a bit neglected. They can't tolerate the attention, the importance that is given to this one wife who has delivered this baby. So they were consumed by envy, seeing the joy of that wife, the king, and the child being born. And then that envy led them to poison the child. Just imagine, what had the child done? Nothing. Nobody had done anything bad. But because they were filled with so much envy, they became blinded by rage. They were totally bewildered. They were all devotees. They were not ordinary people. But they made a big mistake. They killed the child. So when envy enters the heart, it covers the eyes also. So what is envy? Envy is sadness at another's blessings. It is described that a Vaishnava is para dukkha dukhi. A devotee of the Lord feels sad to see somebody else suffering and happy to see somebody else's happiness, celebrating other people's success. But where there is envy, what happens is the person who has envy will be very sad to see somebody else's happiness. We saw an example in the drama. What was that? Can anyone tell? Why? Yeah, thank you. Because she got a promotion. So this is called parasukha dukhi. Means by seeing somebody else's happiness or get somebody else's getting blessings, you feel unhappy. So that is envy. So I am sad because you are happy, or I'm sad because you have what I don't. Right? That is envy. I'm sad because you are who I wish I could be. You are now whatever on this particular position. I should have got it. I should have got that promotion. I should have got this or whatever, right? And then because I didn't get what I wanted, I become envious. Or because somebody else gets something good. It may not even be what I wanted. It may not be. Daksha Prajapati had everything, but yet he was envious of Lord Shiva. So sometimes we may have everything, still we may not be able to tolerate somebody else's success or their happiness. So envy is sadness at another person's blessings. Can you tell me any examples from the scriptures where somebody had everything and yet they could not tolerate the success of someone else? Anyone? Yes. Who's that? Say loudly. Who said Duryodhan? Yeah, Duryodhan. Duryodhan was an apt example because they had the entire kingdom. They grew up as royal princes. They had everything, whereas the Pandavas were in the forest. They were raised in the forest, right? And then later on, after the game of the dice and all, whatever they had also was taken away. And then later on, they were given a piece of land which was completely barren, where nothing could grow. It was a useless tract of land fully covered with snakes. So it was not really a good place to stay. Right? So it was not something which anybody would be envious about. It's like if somebody is giving you a box of mangoes. Mangoes are very expensive, right? But if you are given a box of mango which has kidas in it, like, if I give you a box of mangoes like that, would you be envious of her? Would you be envious? No? Yes or no? No, she's saying no. She's very pure. Okay. Yeah. So nobody would be envious of a box of mangoes which are rotten, right? Yeah. But Duryodhan, when they made that barren piece of land good, they improved it, he could not tolerate it. He could not tolerate seeing their success because Krishna helped them. and it became a very, very beautiful place. So he could not tolerate it. He could not tolerate their success. So envy is sadness at another's blessings. They always got Krishna's blessings. And he could not tolerate that. So I am sad because the Pandavas are happy. They should not be happy. So next. So there could be two responses. Right? Before this, I will give two quotes. And this is a quote by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, where he mentioned that envy is a destructive, ego-driven emotion rooted in the desire for superiority and recognition. When we want to be recognized, when we want profit, adoration, distinction, that is a desire for getting those things. But it is not just wanting recognition, it is a destructive emotion because we don't want the other person to be successful. If we want to grow in our life, we want to go to the next level, we want a promotion, is that bad? No, that is not bad. We wanting to grow, we wanting a promotion, we want a raise in our salary, we want to be recognized. It's not bad. We want some recognition. But when we want it at the cost of causing destruction to somebody else, then that is a destructive, ego-driven emotion. So envy is indirect appreciation. Can anyone tell me why it is indirect appreciation? Yeah. You are appreciating what they have. That means it's something you don't have, right? When are we envious of someone? We are envious of someone because they have something which we don't have. Which means they have a good quality or something, they have achieved something great in their life which we have not. So rather than appreciating them, we are becoming envious of them. So envy is indirect appreciation. So His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj says, it is anyway indirect appreciation. You are envious of them, that means they are better than you. So might as well accept, right, that they are better than us. So just make it direct, appreciate them. So envy is a perverted form of appreciation. It's a perverted form of appreciation. So when Duryodhana was envious of the Pandavas, that means he realized that they had something better than him. So it was indirect form of appreciation. Yeah. So admiration or appreciation and envy, these are two very different responses, right? They may be the same trigger, it may be the same situation, but two people may have completely different responses, right? So one is envy, you are disturbed by other person's success. You feel diminished inside. What does that mean? You feel that, oh, I am not good enough. I am not good enough. That feeling comes. And you're constantly comparing with others. Ki this person is better than me in this person is better than me in that. Constantly you are comparing oneself to somebody else. Especially in today's day and age of social media, what is put on social media is very carefully curated and then put. It's not the reality. It's only the best that you are doing. It's like, for example, if someone comes to our house, some guest is going to come to our house, what we'll do? Half an hour before the guests come, धनाधन सब महा cleaning हो जाता है ना घर पे. You all do? When a guest is coming, it's like everyone, like, we have a, what do you call, book marathon, like that cleaning marathon, so that, everything is spick and span. But it's not always like that. Now, if we go to someone's house and see that it's so spick and span, we will feel, oh, our house is not clean like that. But then our house will be like that when a guest is coming, right? So we feel diminished inside. Means we feel that we are not good enough, and then we are comparing with others. Then what happens? That resentment builds, that I am not good enough, and then that envy towards others. So comparison is very, very dangerous because it's never going to make us feel good. It's going to just create jealousy, envy, or it's going to create depression inside us, within us. And admiration, what is when somebody, instead of being envious, if we are admiring others, if we are appreciating others, what do we feel? We can feel inspired by the success that somebody else has. It is our choice. Do we want to become envious, or do we want to get inspired? So when somebody is inspired, a different type of fire is created within. That fire of inspiration, that fire of doing something great, being inspired by others, right? So appreciate excellence. Appreciate the excellence of someone else. So when we appreciate somebody else, what happens? According to the theory of energy frequency, when we have negative emotions, our energy drops down. There is what is called as an emotion frequency chart. Shame, guilt, anger, these are lower emotions which have low level of energy. And when we go towards above, acceptance, willingness and gratitude, the emotional energy increases. It's actually there. You can go and check later on Google, emotion frequency chart, see what the different emotions have, different energies. So appreciate excellence. You want to grow and learn. So by seeing somebody's success, if you get inspired that yes, I want to also do. You don't have to become them, but you can follow in their footsteps. You can take inspiration from them and learn. So here what happens, our heart opens up to receive that inspiration and move ahead. Right? So can you give some examples of where there was envy and somebody was disturbed by the success? One we gave was, we saw Daksha Prajapati, Duryodhan. Any others? Hiranyakashipu, why was he envious? He was envious of Prahlad, that how he could be so peaceful and so calm and everything in spite of all the difficulties. And he was envious of the Lord himself. In fact, when we are envious of anybody, we are ultimately envious of Krishna. It means we don't trust the Lord. Whatever somebody is getting, they are getting because of something they have done, right, in their life. And they are getting something ultimately because of the Lord's grace. And when we are envious, it means we don't trust the Lord. We are not trusting the Lord's judgment. That somebody has been given something, it's some good karma from a previous life, something is there. So because of which, or the grace of the Lord, they are getting to do certain things which maybe we are not getting. Right? So to accept it, to keep our heart open, be happy when somebody is getting something, gives us blessings. It gives us blessings. In fact, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj always mentions that if somebody does something great and we appreciate them, we also get benefit because we are appreciating them. Right? So celebrating other people's success will always give us blessings. Even if we can't do it, but we are appreciating somebody else who is doing it, we get blessings. Yeah. So envy is a very strange emotion. When somebody is envious, I remember when I was a child, many years back, there used to be one ad coming on TV. That time there was Doordarshan, right? There was an ad of Onida TV. I don't know who might be remembering. Anyone remembers? I think many of you may have not seen that ad. It was many years back when I was a child. So it was an ad of Onida TV, and in that they used to show a green color, person coming on. Green. Envy is shown by green color, jealousy, envy. So in that they say, what is that? Neighbor's envy, owner's pride. That whoever has this TV will be proud that I have Onida TV. Because that time color TV had just come. Before that it was black and white. So anybody who had color TV, they felt like very great. Wow, I have a color TV at home. And those who don't have it, it will be neighbor's envy. So that means if someone is envious of you, you feel very proud that, see, people are envious of me, that means I am very great. So neighbor's envy, owner's pride. So, but envy never gives happiness. It never gives happiness because it's the most negative emotions. So it's very, very strong. It's very, very strong emotion. It consumes the person completely. Like Hiranyakashipu was obsessed with, killing Vishnu. Hiranyaksha also. Shishupal, he was so envious of Krishna. You know the story of Shishupal? It's a very long story. You can go and hear. But when there was a Rajasuya Yagya, he was blaspheming Krishna. And Krishna was counting. He had given a promise to Shishupal's mother that I will, for about how many times? 100 times, right? That, how many times? 100. Now that 100 times I will forgive him. So Shishupal goes on and on, and nobody is doing anything. Nobody is telling him anything. So Krishna is also patiently waiting. Let him complete 100. So when he completes 100, then Krishna, he releases his Sudarshan Chakra and beheads Shishupal. So that envy is so powerful that Shishupal even forgot that I am not supposed to say 100 times, more than 100. He completely forgot. So Krodhat Bhavati Sammoha Smriti Vibrama. His memory did not work. Smriti Bramshat Buddhi Nasho. His intelligence was destroyed. Buddhi Nasho Pranashyati. So envy destroys our memory. It destroys our relationships. Now we saw that two friends, but that envy was so powerful that she forgot the relationship also, right? Even Daksha Prajapati, he forgot his relationship. This is my daughter. So envy, it completely consumes. Envy, jealousy, it completely consumes a person. You forget the relationships. You forget what talent you have also. You are only focused on other people's things. So it hijacks the mind. So there is something called amygdala hijack. So amygdala is the seat of emotions. It's behind here, the limbic brain. It's the seat of emotions. So all strong emotions, anger, this envy, all these emotions, anxiety, all these emotions, they are so powerful that when amygdala hijacks, our prefrontal cortex, which is here, it stops working. It reduces. So the logical brain, which takes decisions, it does gives solutions, it solves problem, that stops working. That's why when we are angry, when we are upset, when we are envious, when we are anxious, when we are fearful, we can't be logical in our talk. We cannot be logical in the decisions that we take. We may take really wrong decisions. Still, people hold on to envy, right, and refuse to let it go. Because that envy is covering your logical brain, which would have told you that please let go of this. Right? So for anxiety, there is a description that anxiety is like a headless chicken looking for its head. If the chicken doesn't have a head, how can it look for its head? Similarly, when there's envy, the logic will not work. So then what will work? That will be described later. So where does envy come from? So one is scarcity mindset. That if they have more, I have less. Now I am requesting all of you girls, I am making a very simple request. If you can do it for me, that will be very nice. When there are so many of us in this room, if everyone is breathing, I think mujhe oxygen kam padega. Can you all stop breathing for the next 20-30 minutes? Yeah? Is it possible? Means just imagine if all of you are breathing, you all will consume all the oxygen here. Fir mujhe oxygen nahi mila, then if I don't get enough oxygen, then what will happen? Is there a shortage of oxygen? No. But scarcity mindset is that way. That if you all are breathing, that means I will not have enough oxygen to breathe. It means if they have more, then I will have less. That is the scarcity mindset. Whereas the abundant mindset is, there will always be enough for everyone. There will never be a shortage. So just because somebody else is getting a promotion doesn't mean you will not get a promotion in future. Just because somebody else has got something doesn't mean you will not get it. And it doesn't mean that we have to get it also. Right? If it is meant to come to us, if we have worked hard for it, if we have done our work, then we might get it, we might not get it. Right? Scarcity mindset is, oh my God, somebody else got it. Now what do I do? There is never shortage. And especially in spiritual life, there is never any shortage. Oh, she got this service. Then what service will I get? Oh, don't worry, there are always a lot of services. In any case, Krishna is so merciful, Lord Krishna is so compassionate that whatever we do, he is very grateful. Krishna is always grateful for whatever we do, and he never forgets what we have done, and whatever we do is always to our credit. So in the Bhagavad Gita, he says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. That even if someone gives me a leaf, Patram, Pushpam, a flower, Patram Pushpam Phalam, a fruit, and some water, if a devotee offers to me with devotion, I will accept it. Right? So the Lord, so supposing there's a businessman who is very rich and he is able to offer silver, great, very opulent, expensive fruits and dry fruits and all 108, 1008, 108 items he is offering. Everything is in silver vessels and he is offering, and we become envious. Oh my God, I wish I had all this. I could have also offered to Krishna. But Krishna is not asking for that. He is asking for, what is he asking for? Devotion. So he is concerned with the devotion. So even if we don't have all that, but the Lord is pleased with the devotion that comes with it, the tulsi leaf that comes with it, right? So our life is not dependent on what. So supposing you come to my house or you go to her house, there you get water in a silver glass and I give you in a steel glass. Would you differentiate? As long as the water quenches our thirst, right? When we compare, then we always have the scarcity mindset that I have less. So blindness to blessings, what does that mean? We focus on what others have and we ignore what we have, right? So others may have something that we don't have. Is it possible that we may have something that they don't have? Yeah, they may, right? So it's okay. So if we are grateful for what we have, we will always have an abundance mindset. We will always be grateful. But otherwise, if we have the scarcity mindset, we may have everything, but if we see somebody else having one thing that we don't have, we will feel, arey, I don't have this. Then you will have the scarcity mindset, that it's less. So false identity. False identity means what? That my worth depends on how I compare to others. So that comparison is what causes the main problem. Look deeper. So are we envious of everything? Do you feel envious because somebody flew the first rocket to the moon? At least I was not envious. Somebody went, it's good. I never thought of going, so I am not envious. Right? So we will be envious of only what matters to us, which is our area. Right? Only there the jealousy, envy comes up. Now these two friends were sitting. I wish they were here. I would have asked that girl, that are you envious of, Falana Larsen Toubro company has given some promotion to somebody. Are you envious of them? No. Only your area, your sphere, where you are doing services. There, where you see, you compare. And that's where the envy comes from. So in our envy, our ambition is hidden. If I am envious of someone, they have something, so they have that something. So that means my ambition is that I want to achieve that. So I want to achieve that means there's something they have achieved which I want to achieve. So rather than being envious of them, we can ask ourselves a few questions. When we realize that we are feeling envious from within, we can stop for a minute, we can pause for a minute, and we can ask ourselves some questions. What do you think? What is the question that we can ask ourselves? If you think that, if you observe yourself that I am feeling a bit envious or I am feeling jealous, there is no need to feel ashamed. It is a time to introspect. That what question would you ask yourself? Why? So this is a shift of feelings, right? There's a shift of feelings. Our envy is not just a emotion. It is pointing to what you value the most. What you value and somebody else has it, that's what we are envious of, right? So who am I envious of? Honestly, we should think in our mind, who am I envious of? And name them, not here, to yourself, yeah, that I am envious of so and such person. So what exactly does that person have that I desire, right? What does it reveal about what you truly value? What does that person have? That person has confidence, that person has status, or that person has achieved some great, has reached great heights. They have those great things. So what can I do? What can I do? That fire has started inside. That fire has started. That this person has this, I don't have this. So now there is a fire that has started. Now, what is our choice? What is our choice? How and where we will direct that fire. Whether we want to fan the generative fire or the destructive fire. So Maharaj always tells the story of the good dog and the bad dog, which is within all of us. So we have a choice whether we want to do the right thing or the wrong thing. It's not only about action, it's about how we think in different situations. We choose our thoughts. We can choose our thoughts. We can choose to not think a particular way. We can choose to think a particular way. So these are two directions. One is burn with envy, right? It eats us from within. There is no joy. There is no joy where there is envy, because it is silently, it's burning from within. Or we can build. We can be inspired by that personality. Oh wow, this person has such good qualities. I don't have these good qualities. But by associating with this person or reading about this person's life story, like when we read Srila Prabhupada's autobiography by his disciple Satsvarup Maharaj, where Srila Prabhupada Leelamrit, when we read that, it's highly inspiring how he began his journey, how he met his guru, how his childhood was. He was raised in a family of Krishna conscious devotees, how he met his guru Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who gave him an instruction. First time he met him, he gave him the instruction that you are an intelligent man and you should go to the Western countries and preach the message of Lord Chaitanya in the English language. And that's what started that fire within. And then Srila Prabhupada, Satsvarup Maharaj gives it the title, A Lifetime in Preparation. It's not that he went immediately, but he spent his lifetime in preparation. All the things that he did in his life led him eventually to go and fulfill his guru's desire. And that's how ISKCON, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, was formed. So when there is inspiration, then it fuels your purpose. Then there is growth. It moves in the right direction. And then you are engaged in service. Right? So that is our choice. Whether we want to burn with envy on seeing somebody else's success or somebody else's growth, or we want to get inspired so that we can do what we want to do. Right? We can do what we want to also move in the same direction. We don't want to become them, but we want to follow in their footsteps. It is mentioned that we cannot imitate great people, but we can definitely follow in their footsteps. When we try to imitate, then there might be envy, or that might be a feeling of, oh, I am not good enough. But when we try to take the inspiration, we can follow in their footsteps. So destructive envy means what? You will downplay others' success, just luck or privilege. In the drama, you saw this. She said, ऐसे ही थोड़ी मिल गया, कुछ किया होगा, है ना? It's not, how come she got the promotion, I didn't get it. She must have, it must be some nepotism, or she must have sort of tried to please or placate the senior manager or something like that. So not giving them the benefit of that success and downplaying their success just as luck or privilege or nepotism or something like that. Or constant comparison that robs us of our peace. Constant in our mind that you are not happy with what you have. You first see that you don't see your marks. First you go and see the other person's marks, whether they are, what marks they have got, whether they have failed or they have passed. And if you see they have failed, you're like, thank God this person failed, then I'll be better than them. Or I failed by 4 marks, they failed by 6 marks, see I'm better than them, like that. So, paradukha sukhi. Hidden resentment that poisons relationships. We already saw that. Self-pity dressed up as a criticism of others. We criticize others and we feel self-pity, feel like a victim oneself, that, oh, I didn't get the promotion. But later on, in the drama, we saw why she didn't get the promotion. Why? She was careless. She didn't do the project, whatever she had been given. She had forgotten to get the file. She had not completed the project. So later we saw why she did not get the promotion. But she may have not noticed that. She only became envious that the other person had got. But if she would have just thought for a minute, meditated and thought that, even I could have got this promotion, why didn't I get it? So if she would have thought a little, she would have thought that, oh yes, I haven't been submitting my projects on time. I have been coming late. I have been forgetting to, give the reports at the right time. So maybe, I need to work a little, just keep track of what I'm doing and improve my work style or whatever. Then she would have realized that I can also get this promotion if I do what she is doing. What is she doing? She is not playing any tricks. She is just working hard with complete focus. And that's what I need to do. Right? So from envy, we can understand what we want and how to get what we want. So generally what happens? So from scripture, we saw Daksha, we saw Duryodhana. Duryodhana was envious. Now where did Duryodhana get his envy from? Anyone? From whom? Shakuni, yes. But even before that, father and mother. So when his mother, Gandhari, was pregnant, right? When she was pregnant, she was praying that she would deliver the baby so that her son could become the king. That was the desire, ambition of the king. Dhritarashtra, because he was blind, he could not become king. So he wanted that my child at least should become the king. But at that time, Kunti had that benediction given by Durvasa Muni, the boon given by Durvasa Muni, that she could chant a mantra and invoke any demigod and, have a child. So Yudhishthir was born and Gandhari had not yet delivered the baby. So she was so upset that now Yudhishthir, this child is born means now he will become king. So that envy that was created within her. She was a good woman, Gandhari. She was a very chaste woman. But that envy that was created within her, she banged her stomach with her fist out of envy and anger. And that's when all the problems started, right? So the whole story I will not tell. But when she did that, she actually transferred her envy into that mass of flesh that was created later. And that envy got transferred to Duryodhana. So that's a very important lesson for all girls and all ladies to know also, that when a woman is pregnant or when a woman is about to conceive, her consciousness goes into the child. So whatever we want our child to be, we should have that consciousness even before conception and during the pregnancy and later on even while raising the child. Yeah, so that her Gandhari's envy went into. And then the last is Kaikai. There are so many examples, but we don't have that much time. So Kaikai, Manthara, right? Manthara's envy got transferred to Kaikai. Kaikai loved Ram more than Bharat. She actually loved Ram more. Everyone loved Ram the most. Everyone. But that at that point in time, that envy that was created in her by Manthara, which was originally orchestrated by the demigods because they wanted Ram to go to the forest so that eventually Ravan would be killed, right? So that envy that Kaikai had, it destroyed all, it covered, it blinded her completely, forgot the relationship that she had with Ram. And everyone knows what happened later. So there's, on the other hand, the generative fire. So till now we saw all those destructive examples. There are many more. There is one example of Aurangzeb, right? When Radha Govindji temple, there were 7 stories in Vrindavan, Radha Govindji temple. So lights were lit over there. Even Radha Madan Mohan temple was very beautiful. From Delhi he could see that those temples, and he said, how can that temple, how can the diya lighting be higher than my palace? So he broke it down. That is envy. I mean, it was not affecting him in any way, right? It was not affecting him in any way. that is the destructive fire. So what is the generative fire? When Dhruva Maharaj, everyone knows story of Dhruva? Anyone who doesn't know? Okay, good. So Dhruva was insulted by his stepmother Suruchi. Right? He got very upset and he went to his mother, and his mother pacified him, and she inspired him to go to the forest and worship Lord Vishnu. So that was the generative fire. It was directed in the right way. So he channeled that energy to worship Lord Vishnu, and eventually he got so purified, that fire within him purified him so much that when Lord Vishnu came in front of him, he began with the desire that I want to become even more powerful than my father, King Uttanapad, and his father. I want to be on the level of Lord Brahma. So, but eventually when the Lord came in front of him, he was so purified. He said, I was looking for pieces of glass, but I have got a diamond. Means he got devotional service. He developed love for Krishna, for Vishnu. So that's how Dhruva, he had hurt and rejection. But his fire got channeled into, what did it get channeled into? Extraordinary determination. The type of vrata that he did on the instructions of Narada Muni. So whenever a soul comes in, whenever a soul who is disturbed, angry, resentful, whatever, but when they come in contact with a pure devotee of the Lord, then what happens? That energy which could have gone in the right direction, it moves into the, so it could have gone in the wrong direction, it gets channelized into the right direction. Yeah? Same for Prahlad. Prahlad, there was relentless torture. Like we all know the story of Prahlad Maharaj. But his energy was always unshakable faith. Again, he was in touch with Narad Muni. So he was like Chintamani, Narad Muni. So unshakable faith that was there in Prahlad. He did not get disturbed. Even when he was put in fire, nothing happens to him. Hanumanji, he could have envied Sugriva's kingdom and status. Hanumanji had studied from Surya Dev. He used to go move with the chariot of Surya to learn from Surya Dev. He got all his knowledge from Surya Dev. So at one point in time, he went to Surya Deva and says, I want to give you some Guru Dakshina, what can I give you? So that time Surya Dev tells him that my son Sugriva is suffering, he needs help, so can you please go and help him? Please go and help Sugriva, assist him in his whatever he is doing and help him, support him and protect him. So that's how Hanumanji becomes a minister for Sugriva, although Hanumanji was much more powerful than Sugriva, but he took a very humble and very menial position, always throughout, always, right? So he could have, but he had so much gratitude towards Surya Dev. He had his inner gratitude and that attitude of humble service that he did not mind becoming a menial servant of Sugriva. And that energy that he displayed at that time, that positive energy, eventually led him to Shri Ram. He could serve Lord Ram. So he served Sugriva and he got to serve Lord Ram later on. And then we have the example of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, initially there was a failure. He wanted to buy a particular piece of land. His pharmaceutical company got burnt down. Again, there was a fire. Right? There was a fire. Srila Prabhupada could have been despondent, could have criticized, could have said, oh, I have done so much devotional service, why did this happen with me? But he remembered shlokas from the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, wherein it is said that when the Lord loves somebody, he gives them what they want. But when he loves somebody too much, he takes away what they want so they can come closer to him. And also another one where you're grateful for what you have got and don't complain about what's gone wrong. So then you please the Lord by doing that. So Srila Prabhupada remembered in the instruction by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur to go to the West and preach. So Srila Prabhupada later on, he went to Vrindavan, he took sannyas over there, and then with great difficulty, all of you, if you have not read about Srila Prabhupada's life, please read. There is one very big book of Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit, but there is also a concise version. So please read. It is very, very inspirational to read Srila Prabhupada's life story, how he created a global spiritual mission. He created a house in which the whole world can live. There are ISKCON centers almost all over the world, all over the world. So when fire builds, then these things can be built. Determination, faith, gratitude, humble service attitude, and missionary spirit. Right? So we can move from wishing to action rather than wishing, oh, I wish I could be more successful than this person. I wish I had this, what he has. Instead of just wishing, I wish I had what they have, what can I learn from them? Right? Instead of, I wish things were different, what step can I take today? What can I do differently so that I can achieve success? Why not me? What effort does this require? So rather than thinking, I wish I had what they have, why not me? And resentment without moment means without doing anything, but we want to achieve great things in life. So what can I learn from them? What step can I take today? What effort does this require? Movement without waiting. That means not waiting to get it from someone, but making the action, doing the action. So 5 tools to transform the fire. One is focus on what you have. Gratitude breaks the illusion of scarcity. When we are grateful for what we have, if we remember, oh, I have my body, my organs are working. There are people whose organs are not working properly. I have all parts of my body intact. There may be some people who don't have it. I have my parents, or I have my friends, or I have whatever, some knowledge, some job, something, right? Responsibility. Stop blaming. Your gaps are your direction for growth. Instead of blaming others, start building. Start building your own life. Rather than being envious and resentful of somebody else's success, we can start building our own life. That energy can go for us, right? So service. Serve those whom we can serve. Srila Prabhupada's remedy. Somebody once, disciple asked Srila Prabhupada that, that I'm feeling envious of so-and-so devotee. So Prabhupada said, go and serve them and pray for them. Then you will not feel envious. So serve those you envy. Service transforms envy into appreciation. So there will be an identity shift. External validation to internal assurance. So when generally in today's day and world, externally we want to show that we are great. We need external validation. If people don't get likes, they go into depression. Who cares what they feel? You know you are doing something good. You are doing something of value in your own life. What does it matter what other people think? दुनिया में सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग? So we don't need that external validation. We need our internal assurance that yes, I am doing what I need to be doing. I am in the right direction. That is enough. Process over result. So most of the time we compare with the result, that somebody has achieved something very great, and then we compare with their result and we feel very small, or we feel that we are not good enough. But rather we should focus what was the process that they followed to become great. So we may not become them, but we can definitely follow the process that they followed. So stop comparing the result, focus on our process. So that is our race. Right? So Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, one of our brahmacharis, he always mentions this, that each one from your place join the race at your own pace. So we don't need to compare with anyone. Our race is with ourselves. How can I become a better version of myself? So external validation, how am I doing compared to them? Internal assurance, am I growing from where I was? Right? They got 80%, how much did I get? How much did I get last time? Now how much am I getting in the marks? How am I improving my maths or whatever? My worth depends on others' opinion? No, my value comes from who I am, not what I achieve. Praise fuels me, criticism breaks me. No, I am guided by values, not by applause. Right? I need to be better than someone. No, I run my own race at my own pace. So stop comparing their result. See their achievement, compare it to where you are, then you feel small. You feel stuck. You see their effort, you ask what it took to get there. You can take guidance from them, you take an inspiration from them, you get curious at what should I do next, and then you get moving. So their result is the end of their story. Your process is the beginning of yours. So rather than worrying about the end of their story, let us begin our own story and appreciate them for what they have done. What am I envious of? Name it clearly. Don't look away from it. What does it reveal about me? What value, desire, or ambition is it pointing to? What will I do about it? Choose your process. Start today. That's your fire. Right? So, but after doing all this also, sometimes we may not be able to achieve something that somebody else has achieved. Because you are you and I am me and they are they. Right? So they may be having some strengths which we don't have. So we may not be able to do everything. Right? So there is this beautiful serenity prayer that, oh God, please grant me the serenity. Serenity means peace, peaceful nature, accepting nature. Oh God, please grant me the serenity to accept that which I can't change. To have the courage to change that which I can. Whom can I change? Myself. We can't change others, but we can work on ourselves, our attitude, our way of thinking. That is our strong point. I can work on myself. And the wisdom to know the difference. Ki where I can put in effort, what I can change. So if I am trying to change somebody else, I am wasting my time. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. So rather than trying to change others, if we put that effort and try to work on ourselves so that we are moving in the right direction. So in the spiritual world also, Krishna says that whatever we do in spiritual life is never wasted. So whatever we are doing, we are taking tiny steps, we are moving towards Krishna. Krishna never forgets. He is very, very grateful. So you are unique, you are special. Nobody else can be you. So let us be ourselves and understand that the Lord always loves us. Krishna is sitting in our heart. Krishna is sitting in everyone's heart as the Paramatma. Whether he is the street sweeper, whether there is that verse in the Bhagavad Gita, Vidya Vinay Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuni Chaiva Supakecha Pandita Samadarshina. He is seated in a great Brahman's heart, in an elephant's heart, dog's heart, everywhere. He is sitting in the heart. So he does not differentiate between anybody. He loves everyone. So we let us connect to that Creator who never judges us, who never differentiates us and is always with us through our journey through 84 lakh species. He has been with us. He has, tolerated us for really long to come till we came till the human life. Even now how he is tolerating us. So let us be very grateful. And when we take shelter of the process of Krishna consciousness, the process of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said this, Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Sahishnuna, Amanina Manadena, Kirtanya Sadahari. When can we chant the holy names continuously? When we offer respect to others, when we appreciate others, when we respect others, and when we don't demand respect for ourselves. When we demand respect for ourselves, we are only going to be disturbed, right? So let us chant the holy names, let us hear Krishna Katha, let us serve the Lord, serve the devotees, and that process of gratitude, humility, and service will help to gradually cleanse all the negative anarthas that are within our heart, within our mind, so that our service can be pleasing to Shri Radha Gopinath, Srila Prabhupada. So the fire within you can either burn your peace or build your purpose. Hatred, fear and envy rise when we forget who we truly are. So let us reconnect with our inner self. When we understand that ultimately we are connected to Krishna and Krishna is always happy. He is always grateful for even smallest things and he accepts us as we are. So if he can tolerate us, we also need to tolerate ourselves. We also have to accept ourselves as we are. Do you all agree? If you agree, say Hari Bol. Okay, so reconnect with our inner self and let peace return. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So thank you, Mataji, for such a beautiful session. And now we will open the session for few question and answers. So if anyone has question, they can raise their hand.
Hare Krishna Mataji. My
Krishna.
question is how to control our mind. Sometimes I don't know, even know what is going on in my life, what is good for me. Sometimes I blame Krishna. Why not you listen or give me what I pray to you, and my mind is like rabbit. It always jumps towards material worlds. And what is the greatest service of Krishna? How I please to Gopinath ji? Please guide me, Mataji.
How you can please RadhaGopinath, and why your desires are not fulfilled, right? So sometimes when we pray for certain things, it may not be the right time for us to receive those things that we are asking for, or they may not be good for us. I was just hearing this one very beautiful poem, one story which one old lady was telling her grandson. So she said there was one sparrow, and the sparrow was about to lay eggs. So the sparrow went to one very old tree and said that, can I lay my eggs, can I build my nest on your branches? So the tree said, no, you cannot build your nest on me. Go away from here. So she goes to another tree and she builds a nest over there, and she lays her eggs, and her fledglings are born over there. And then there is a storm that comes, and that old tree falls, crashes. So now that sparrow goes to that tree and says, see, I went on that tree, that because of my being there, that tree did not fall. And if I would have been on you, you would have also not fallen. He says, no, I knew I was going to fall, and I knew you were going to lay eggs. That's why I told you not to build a nest over here. So sometimes we don't know why we get some things or we don't get some things. When I came to Krishna consciousness, what is your age? 16. So I came when I was 20 years old, 92, okay? So at that time, when I came, I had attended the Bhagavad Gita course, and one of the sessions was laws of karma. Why do bad things happen to good people? That was a question that I had in my mind, and I had come for that course. So later on, I realized, I learned that what do bad people do when bad things happen to them? They become better, not bitter. Because they learn something and they move ahead. So there was one story. So there was this farmer. He had a son. He bought a horse. A horse came into his farm, and all the neighboring villagers came and they said, oh, good luck, or a horse has come on its own. So the farmer says, good luck, bad luck, who knows? After some time, the horse goes away, disappears. So everyone says, oh, bad luck. So the farmer says, good luck, bad luck, who knows? After some time, that horse brings 5 female horses with him from the forest. So again, everyone says, good luck. And he says, good luck, bad luck, who knows? Then one day when his son is riding the horse, he falls and he fractures his knee. So everyone says, oh, bad luck. So he says, good luck, bad luck, who knows? And then there is war. So the army people come to, catch hold of youth for joining the army. But this man, because his foot is fractured, they don't take him. So they say, good luck. So we don't know what is good luck or what is bad luck. So whenever we pray, when we pray for something, we can say that, my Lord, if you so wish, this is my desire. If it is good for me, let it happen. If it doesn't, it's not happened, that means maybe it was not good for me, or it's not the right time. Like if a rich man has lot of money and he has a 5-year-old child, will he give all his money and property to the 5-year-old child? No, because that child may not use it properly. But when that child comes of age and the father sees that, yes, my child is very responsible now is the time to hand over the things to him, because now he will utilize it properly. Once a disciple of Srila Prabhupada at one airport, he said that there was a O'Hare airport, O-H-A-R-E. He said that, I wish this airport could have been ours. It could have been Hare Krishna airport like that. So Prabhupada said that Krishna can give you the whole world, but he first wants to see how you will use it. Right? So he will give us certain things when the time is right, and if it is good for us. And how we should pray? We should pray that if we need it, if it is good for me, let it come to me. If it doesn't come to me, that means it was not good for me. Or maybe right now I don't deserve it, or maybe right now is not the right time for me to get it. I may not be able to, I might get totally bewildered by that. If somebody suddenly gets like 50 crores of rupees, they may go crazy, no? I mean, I'll go crazy because I won't know how to count. Means that much I can't count so many crores. The maths is not so good, right? So somebody may get totally bewildered when a lot of things come. They might get proud or whatever. So let's have faith in Krishna. Let's trust Krishna. And how to worship Krishna? Worship Krishna in whatever way you can, the best, right? If you have a mentor or you have are you part of any group? Are you connected to any other devotees? Yeah, so talk to other devotees, they will guide you. You can come, just even if you come to the temple, have darshan of Aarti. If you come, you hear Bhagavatam class, you hear Bhagavad Gita classes over here. So this is also service. You are a student right now. So right now you can study nicely so that those who know you will think, oh wow, she's a devotee and she's studying so nicely, right? She's doing very nicely. So we can do whatever is our duty, let us do that. So as a student, your service right now is to study, but to have the right consciousness, chant Hare Krishna every day. Chanting Hare Krishna mantra purifies our consciousness, and that is actually a prayer to the Lord that, oh Lord, please engage me in your service. So the moment you start chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna opens your file. So he already has some plans for you. Whenever you think like this, you will get some service, somewhere or the other. If not, just coming to the temple is a service. Because just when you come to the temple and you sit here, you are preaching so loudly that this is important, we should come to the temple. So preaching is not only sitting here and speaking. If you just come to the temple, you are preaching to others that this is a great place. Everyone should come here. So that is also preaching. When we just coming and sitting in the temple is preaching, even if you don't do anything. But don't worry, once you start chanting, Krishna will engage you. Then you will say, okay, how will I manage all this service? Right? So I'm sure Krishna will definitely give you service. You can connect with all the Chetana volunteers. You can act in the dramas. You can help them in whatever services they are doing. Yeah, you can connect there. Mataji is sitting behind. Indumati Prayasi Mataji. Connect with her. Yeah. Any other question? Yes.
Okay, 1 second.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah.
So Mataji, how do we handle a situation where one of our friend, seems to be envious of what we have achieved? Like we know that this friend is feeling envious because I have got some promotion or some achievements. So we can feel that when we are dealing with him or her now in terms of talk and other dealings. So how do we rectify the situation?
Pray for them. When we see that somebody is envious of you or behaving badly, pray for them. Pray to Krishna. Please let them have that peace of mind. Let them overcome their envy. Please engage them in your service. Even though they may not be devotees, you can still pray because they are all Krishna's children. So pray for them. Be compassionate because we don't know what people are going through, what is their background. Maybe they have some difficulties in their life because of which, they are in that scarcity mindset. So they might be feeling envious. So we can pray for them. We can send them some positive energy. So definitely it has an impact. Pray for them. We don't know why. Once I remember His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj in one lecture in UK, he had given this example which I quote normally in wherever I give any lectures, I always speak this. So he was on his way to London and he was on a flight and there was one child who was crying very loudly. And Maharaj always says that children have something against me. As soon as I start my lecture, children start crying, right? So there was one child who was crying very loudly. Now in the temple, at least you can ask them to go to the Gopalji hall, right? Plane mein kahan jayenge? You can't ask them to exit from the plane. The mother was feeling very embarrassed because the child was crying so loudly. Maybe people were turning and looking, that why so much noise. So the mother was trying to pacify the child. Children feel uneasy sometimes when the flight takes off, right? Ears hurt or stomach hurts, that feeling. So Maharaj said that everyone must be looking at the child and thinking that why is this child screaming so loudly? Why is this child disturbing us? But what the mother must have been thinking, that why is my child crying so loudly? What is disturbing my child? So when somebody is behaving unreasonably, when somebody is doing the wrong things, it means they are undergoing something in their life. They are having some difficulty. So we can pray for them. We can actually go and ask them also, okay? Not that why are you envious of me, but we can just talk to find out. We can't go and ask them. We can't go and ask, but we can check with them, na, that what things are going on in their life. Are they undergoing any difficulty? Is there anything? You seem little disturbed nowadays. Is there any way I can help out, reach out to you? So we can always check. So Vaishnava should be compassionate. We should not be judgmental, because even we make mistakes. We make mistakes so many times and Krishna forgives us. In fact, I always tell my other devotee god sister that she says, Mataji, I was thinking about you. I said, Acha, that's why I'm in the temple still. I know that, because in spite of all the offenses that I'm committing, I'm still coming to Radha Gopinath. That means some devotee is thinking something positive for me. Right? So we also commit mistakes. So forgiving others' mistakes and being compassionate to them, Krishna is happy. So at least we can work on ourselves that we don't feel envious. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says to Arjuna that I gave you this knowledge because you are anasuya way. Anasuya way means you are not envious. Because you are envious, non-envious, I am giving you this Rajavidya, this supreme knowledge. And throughout the Bhagavad Gita, if you just go and type Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, there's so many places where Krishna speaks about how we should not be envious. That talks about emotional regulation. So we can work on ourselves and pray for others. There is a well in Jagannath Puri, Parmanand Puri's well. He was a great devotee, a great, kya bolte wo say, he was very close to Mahaprabhu. And the water in his well was slightly bitter. So Mahaprabhu came there once and said, give me the water to drink. So he says, no, you can't drink this water. It's not good. It's, what you say, turat. It's not drinkable. And that too, it was near the ocean, na? That Jagannath Puri is near the ocean. So Mahaprabhu says, no, I know you are a miser. You are hiding. You are not allowing anyone to drink this water. Because you know that anyone who drinks water from your well will get love of God. That's why you are not giving this water to anyone. And then Mahaprabhu, he says, from now on the water that comes here will be sweet water, it will be Ganga water. So I remember this story. So whenever I see that somebody is behaving badly with me or I can sense some negative feelings. So I always pray to RadhaGopinath that this person has the power of giving love of Krishna to devotees. But sometimes they talk rudely or they behave badly, which can put off people, and then that person will not get the benefit of coming and taking the, inspiration from this person. So please give them the right, wisdom so that more people can get benefit of their association. So this is for devotees. This is what I pray. You can pray whatever inspires you. But you can pray for your whatever if they are in your office or if they are devotees, whatever. Pray for them and pray for yourself also.
Thank you.
One thing we should remember that whenever we are looking for faults in others, whatever we focus on, we will get that energy. We will become that. Whatever we think of, we will become that. If we think of the Goswamis, we think of the previous acharyas, we can get a small portion of their qualities. And if we are focusing on the negative qualities of others and constantly thinking and talking about it, we will become that. We will become them. So that's one good reason for not focusing on those things, just praying instead. Somebody else was asking, you asked a question, yeah. Thank you for that question.
Keeping expectations is good or bad? Actually, it is her question. She is very shy to ask.
Okay. Keeping expectations, see, not having expectations is very unrealistic. Everybody will have some expectation before you start something. Like when you start studying for an exam, you're not just randomly opening some book. What is your profession? You are a teacher, right? So you have done B.Ed, right? So when you did B.Ed, you have studied a lot, you have done a lot of projects. It's very difficult. B.Ed course is not easy, right? You didn't randomly go into a B.Ed institution and start opening books and reading. You had some expectation that one day I'll become a teacher. Then that will give you that will prompt you, it will give you some inspiration. Expectation and demand, there's a great difference. So me expecting something and me demanding, I must get this. I am doing this course and I hope that I clear this so that I can start teaching. That is my expectation. I am doing this course and I must get a teaching job in this school only. That is my demand. Demand is what? Kama, lust. That's when I want things should go in a particular way only. Then that is a demand. But expectation is something we begin with, which inspires us to take action. So expectation is not wrong. But when our reality is different from our expectation, there's a formula of happiness. Happiness is equal to expectation minus reality. I want 20 mangoes. Now all of you all have not brought mangoes. Maybe only 4-5 people have brought. Now I wanted 20 mangoes. I thought when I come from CHETANA class, if they don't like my class, instead of throwing tomatoes, I hope they throw mangoes at me. Okay? But I get only 5 mangoes. I expected 20. So my sadness factor will be 15, not 20 minus 5. But if I was expecting 20 mangoes and you all throw 40 at me, I'll be happy, na? Because I got more than I expected. So our happiness factor depends on our expectation minus our reality. So if we can change reality, we can try to change it. But if we can't, then we can reduce our expectations. We can accept what we have. So supposing somebody wants to get into IIT, but they don't get admission there. But they can take admission in some other engineering college and do very well. And do very well later on in life also. Right? So reducing the expectations when reality is not matching our expectation is a practical and realistic approach. So being logical, being very realistic with our expectations, not putting very high expectations. Like at this age, if I say that I want to join Olympics, it's not a very realistic expectation, right? Sitting cross-legged also is a problem at this age. So we need to be realistic about our expectations, and if we are not able to meet our expectation, we can try harder. Nahi hota hai to, then we can reduce our expectations. Yeah? Anybody else has any question? Yes? Thank you for your question.
Mataji, how to overcome jealousy, possessiveness, and as you said, karma?
How to overcome jealousy? That when you are jealous, how do you feel? What is the emotion that you feel? And does the world change around us because we are jealous or we are possessive? Do people change because we are jealous or possessive? When you are jealous or possessive about some relationship, does the relationship improve? No. It gets worse. People feel controlled. People feel uneasy, right? So feeling jealousy is not never going to help us in relationships. Rather, we behave nicely with people and do what we can. And if the relationship improves, it's good. We cannot demand that somebody must like us, that somebody must be close to us, must do what we want, must always tell us everything they are doing. That is a controlling mindset. And nobody likes to be controlled. So rather, being a friend or whatever, doing what is needful, being supportive will help you to improve your relationships. Jealousy and possessiveness will only cause distress to you. That I must have what I want. Same thing. Kama, krodha, same. There will be anger when you don't get what you want. And what is anger? You know, anger is like acid. Acid, it's a poison which we think that the other person, something will happen, but we die. If we swallow poison, the other person doesn't die. That is anger. क्रोध वो गुस्सा वो जहर होता है जो हम पीते हैं और हम सोचते हैं सामने वाला मर जाएगा. नहीं मरता है, हम मरते हैं. So it affects us from within. So negative emotions will never help us in our life. They will only reduce our energy and they will only spoil our relationships. So possessiveness, not good. Jealousy is not good. Envy is not good. Anger at least can be taken in a proper direction. It can be, used like for some good thing also. Healthy anger. But envy and jealousy, they never help in any way. They just take away us from our own goals. That's how.
Mataji, if we have that habit or mindset, how can we even change that? Means it's very hard to change it because it's like in our character and something like it's happening, and we can't control that, stop that. What we can do? Means
You have to work on yourself. You need to take help. We need to take help for that. Yeah? Anybody or, yeah, somebody has one question. I have just one point for you, that how does this thought help me that this person must listen to me? Does it help me? No. It binds me. It binds me. When you release that person, you get released from that emotion. You can discuss with your seniors, your elders. Yeah? Yes, somebody had a question.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So while a person is suffering, how does one decide what's happening with them is for the best or for the worst? Because you can't see the future. And sometimes suffering does not have a timeline. So how do you get peace to a painful mind while you are going through something?
Yeah, so when you are going, see, in our life, there will always be some factors which are within our control. And there are some factors which are beyond our control. So according to the laws of karma, whatever we have done in our previous lives, that karma comes in our present lives, right? When Dhritarashtra asked Krishna that it was unfair, 100 sons were killed, it was not fair. Then Krishna tells him that 50 lifetimes back, you were a hunter and you shot a flaming arrow at a bird's nest, and there were 100 fledglings in that, baby sparrows. And those babies were burning, and the parent birds, the mother and father of those birds, were desperately trying to go and, rescue those, but they could not. So in that, trying to save them, both those birds became blind. That's why you and your wife both are blind in this life, and 100 children were killed. So the Dhritarashtra said, that's not fair. 50 lifetimes ago, where am I going to remember what I did? He said, you may not remember, but because you did that sin at that time, you had to become blind and your children had to be killed. He said, but why after 50 lifetimes? He said, because to have a child, you need some good credits, pious credits. In every life you accumulated, you are a very sinful man. In every life you just accumulated enough pious credits to get 2 children. So after 50 lifetimes, you had enough credits to get 100 children, and then they were killed. For example, I have taken a loan from a bank, and I have not repaid that loan. And there's no money in my account. What can the bank do to me? Nothing. But the moment I deposit money in the account, the bank is going to take it, right? So at that time, they will take it. So sometimes because of our karma, we have to undergo certain sufferings in our life. So when that happens, we should remember that I must have done something wrong because of which I am suffering. Sometimes we suffer because of neglect or because of being careless. Then we can learn from our mistakes so that we don't suffer again. Right? So we can just keep that thing in mind, that some things that we have done. Srila Prabhupada used to say that if you take credit for something you have not done, then you will get blamed for something you have not done. If you take credit for something you have not done, means किसी ने आपको credit दिया और आप ऐसे कंधा है करके ऐसे you are accepting it, not saying कि ये मैंने नहीं किया है. So then you will get blamed for something you have not done. Have you attended the Bhagavad Gita course? Please attend. It's a beautiful course, The Journey of Self-Discovery, GAOST, in which this entire one lecture is there. Laws of karma, why do bad things happen to good people? Or why do good things happen to bad people? That was a question that was very much in my mind. But after attending that course, everything got cleared. One part of it, I tell you, a farmer, like he has a big, what is that called, a silo, a huge thing in which they keep putting rice. And down there is a small opening for removing rice, which is harvested. So once the children tell the farmer that every time you are growing this red rice, we want basmati rice. He says, okay, this year I will grow basmati rice. So he grows basmati rice and he puts all the basmati rice in that silo. Now mother opens, she removes and she makes, still it is red rice. They say, we asked you for basmati rice. He said, yes, but earlier we have grown red rice. So now that has to get over. Till the red rice doesn't get finished, the white rice will not come down. So whatever we have generated earlier, that is only coming to us. So it is not somebody else's fault. So if we know that, if we become conscious that because of some past karmas I am suffering, if we accept that and we pray to the Lord that if you so wish, please remove me from this suffering or give me the strength to, give me the intelligence and strength to come out of this. And what devotees pray is, in this situation, in every situation, let me be able to take shelter of you. Let me be able to take shelter of your holy names, hearing your glories and being in the association of devotees. So then the Lord gives His mercy. Right? He gives us His mercy. Mercy doesn't mean our problems get solved. Mercy means we are able to take it in the right consciousness and deal with the situation. Huh? Yes? Yeah. Dhritarashtra. Yes, yes, he was aiming. It was on purpose. He was a hunter. He hit a flaming arrow on those birds. Even if it is done by mistake also, there will be some karma. Yeah. There was another case of arrow being shot. Anyone remembers? Shravan, yes. He shot, Shravan was carrying his parents with him, and at that time, Dashrath Maharaj, he shot, he knew how to shoot, just by hearing the sound he could shoot. And he thought that it's a deer drinking water, but it was actually Shravan Kumar collecting water for his parents. And Dashrath shot the arrow and Shravan Kumar died. And the parents cursed him that you will not have your son with you when you are dying. Your son will also go away from you. So even if it is unintentional also, some karma will be there. Some karma will be there. So rather than worrying about the laws of karma, let us perform devotional service so that in any situation we are able to pray to Krishna, take shelter of Krishna, and move ahead in our life. Yeah. Yes? You speak, I can hear you, even I could hear her from here. You just speak, I can hear you.
So, there's a thing that sometimes at your job place only, your boss favors someone like his relatives or someone, he favors someone. But the sincere people don't get opportunities to grow. They are neglected. Even though they're doing good, they are performing well, but they are neglected because the boss doesn't the boss just favors someone else. So what they must do in such
What can you do?
situation?
You can't do anything. It's a factor. Always ask yourself this question, is this a factor within my control? If it is within your control, like where there's a tender which has to be given to 5-6 companies, but it has not been given, it has been sent only to one company and that company got a contract, you can take it up in the court. But if you are working in a private company where the boss is favoring his own people, what can you do? You can't do anything. You can just work sincerely and apply it to other places. He has not kept a gun and said, you have to work in my company. If you know that it's unfair, you know you are capable of going to greater heights and taking more responsibility, apply in other places, right? Moving out in a very graceful way without creating fight or unpleasant situations. Move out from there if you are not comfortable working in that situation. Because we can't change what he is doing. We can't go and question him. He is the boss. So unnecessarily getting disturbed over things where we have no control, we are wasting our energy then.
Mataji, also one thing that...
I'll just tell you one thing.
Yes.
If I am going on Govardhan Parikrama, I have a callus on my foot. So now I have decided I am going to approach Rajasthan government and UP government and tell them to put a red carpet, thick one, at least this thick, around Govardhan so I can walk on it so I don't get hurt on my feet. Do you think they will listen to me? No? Really? Can you all start a, what do you call that, the change.org petition? Can I get them to put that carpet?
No.
Can I wear shoes?
Yes.
Yes. Although it is considered an aparat to walk with shoes, but I don't mind doing that aparat, but if I walk without shoes, I have suffered. I have got a ligament tear after that, right? So we can't change the whole world, but we can do what we can for ourselves.
Also, there is one thing that, when you talk about being envious, how can we solve that situation? Sometimes you realize that you are trying to do things like not being envious. Even if you feel that you are feeling envious, you are trying not to be. You are realizing that you could see the positive side. But sometimes that pride also comes that oh, now you are following. So it feels different from everybody else. But you also don't want to do that. So it just follows.
So basically when we are envious, it means we are seeing something in them that we don't have. So whether we want to cultivate those qualities, we should not focus on the result. We should focus on the qualities that those people had, which helped them to reach a particular point. What was the process that they followed? So we can get inspired by them, we can appreciate them, admire them, and follow in their footsteps. Not necessarily do what they are doing, but following the process that they are following, the values that they have owned, maybe hard work, focus, right? Complete, like Rup Goswami says, Utsaha, Nishchaya, Dhairya. There should be enthusiasm, there should be determination, and there should be patience in bhakti also, right? So these qualities are very important. Hard work, consistency, focus, right? Sincerity in what we are doing. So let us take those good qualities and try to apply them in our lives. We need not become them. The last slide was, you are unique. You don't need to be somebody else. You are good as you are. So there in psychology we tell parents, because parents always feel we are not good enough, right? So good enough is good enough. We don't need to be perfect. Nobody can be perfect. Only Krishna is perfect. None of us can ever be perfect, but we can try to become a better version of ourselves. Yeah?
Yes.
Thank you. Anybody else, or we stop? Okay? Thank you. Thank you for interacting. Thank you for actively participating. Very grateful to all of you. Hare Krishna.
We'll thank Mataji by 3 times loudly chanting Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Okay, so few announcements. Those who don't have coupons or have not registered, kindly do the registration. And as you all know, since Jan we have Chetana follow-up sessions. So next session would be on the 4th Saturday of April. And the title would be The Lotus Leaf Effect of Association, How Your Circle Shapes Your Destiny. So what is the importance of association and the intricacies? Like the people you spend time with do not just accompany you through life, they actively shape your mindset, behavior, habits, and ultimately your character. So this is going to be a very thought-provoking and deeply analytical session. So we hope to see many of you all there. So now we are done with the wisdom session, and now we'll move on to the kirtan and prasadam. Yes, Ujjain Yatra, related to that, IYS community we have put the posters and all. So registrations have started since April 2, and it is till April 22nd. So few days are left. So you all can kindly register soon for the Ujjain IYS Yatra. Hare Krishna.